There's a shanty in the town on a little plot of ground with the green grass growing all around, all around. The roof's so worn, so badly torn that it tumbled to the ground. Just a tumble down the shack, and built way back about 25 feet from the railroad track. Ladies on the line, most all of the time. All of the back to a little old shack. I'd be just the lassie, if I would be nothing.
We gotta protect what we have.
Well, howdy y'all. This is Kentucky Ranger. I was replacing this tank because the green patina just, it didn't look real natural. So I thought I would swap it with the other tank because I really do like the idea of it being sunk in the ground. I thought that looks really cool. So, yeah, the rusty tank I think looks better. So, anyhow, I thought, well, after I got done, I thought, well, I'll only make a video showing how I did this, in case y'all might not know how to do it. So, goodbye green patina tank. And I did it with, there's a little rug. It's the little rug trick. I don't know if any of y'all have done the rug trick, but it's pretty easy. You just set a floor switch down. And I found the easiest way, because sometimes moving it around a little bit, it'll lock it down. Sometimes it won't. But you put it down, you step on it, and then you put a mannequin on top, and that locks it down. It has to be locked down, or the glitch won't work. Now, where'd I put that mat? There it is. So you just put the mat down in the corner of it, and then I run over, and there we go. Grab the tank. And where you position this is kind of important because you want to hide the mat. You don't want the mat showing after you get this done. So anyhow, you lay it down, and I thought, man, that looks pretty good. So I started sinking it down, and I thought, no, I don't exactly like the way that where the mat's at. Now I'll show you when I get this done that I use bushes to cover the mat up, so even though it's showing, you really have to look for it. But anyhow, yeah, get the mat lined up, and then you just keep clicking and clicking and clicking until it sinks way down, And then you go over and you test it, see if that's where you want it. See, there's one of the little shrubs, or whatever you call it, little bushes. Okay, it fits. Now, of course, I'm on PlayStation, so it's the X button, and then, what is it, the left controller, or the left thumbstick, whatever you call it. It moves it around, see, because you want to get a visual idea where it's going to sink. So, I also...
Life doesn't get any better than this, Beckett.
That's right, Beckett. I also decided to move it around a little bit because just the less you see of the mat, the easier it is to hide. So, yeah, I went ahead and did this, just maneuvering it around. I'm like, no, that ain't right, that ain't right. Okay, get it over here. You got to get it just right. I thought, yeah, that looks good. Now here, the problem is the tank is catching on the foot switch, or on the floor switch. So you have to move, I have to move it out just a little bit. If that happens to you, just move the rug out a little bit. See, now, and here's another thing is it's moving all over the place. I had it in a bad spot because it was kind of on a hill. Howdy, player. And get back to building. So, yeah, sink it down. And then bring it over, test fit it again. And that's nice, they're buying stuff. Usually I do this on a private server. But like I said, I was just goofing. And, yeah, I was on a public server. So, yeah, we get some interactions here and there. You see, you push it out enough to where you can say, yeah, you could see that it wasn't going to sink very, enough. Thank you, player. Appreciate you buying from my little store.
I don't care what it's made of, as long as it's standing.
That's right, as long as it's standing. Get back to work. Come on, Ranger.
Well, I hope we're planning to stay up here in the
Okay.
mountains.
So sink it down a little bit more. Just keep doing it, and then carrying it over wherever you're going to put it to make sure that it's fitting the way you want it to fit. And now I scoot it forward so I can get a better picture of what's going on. And it's still not quite enough, because I don't want the base. I don't want you to see the base. I just want you to see the tank. Anyhow, that looks good. I also didn't like the fact that that bush wasn't covering that rug up very good. So anyhow, I'll get the tank situated here first. And just take it down a couple of more. It just kind of gets tedious. You go back and forth. Make sure, test fit. It's still, yeah, see, you can still see the bottom of the base. So now, then I thought, I want to add some more bushes here, because I want that covered up. I don't want it, I want it to where you really have to look for it.
Bars open, ladies and gents. Got good stuff right here. Got a great place here.
Anyhow, get it in there to work. It's starting to look pretty good. But see, you just have to kind of fiddle with it, and fiddle with it, and fiddle with it, and fiddle with it, and fiddle with it. I'm glad Bethesda hasn't, quote unquote, fixed this, that you can do this, because I do this with a lot of things. Because I figure post-apocalyptic, everything that's sitting around is going to be weathered and sunk into the ground a little bit anyway. But I just thought this was kind of a cool idea, because that way it just looks like an old rusty tank sitting there. It just kind of broke down on a pile of rubbish. And like I said, the green patina, I mean, it might be cool in some builds, but it just, after I did it, I got to thinking, that's not, I got to put more bushes.
Why am I out here building this shit?
Yeah, exactly. Why? Because I like it. I like building. I've played this game since release, so I've done everything. So I concentrate on building more than anything. There we go. Now there we go. It's all sunk in. That really looks good. And see, it just looks like a tank that just kind of stalled on top of a bunch of rubble. I thought that looked pretty cool. All right, now I just want to check, make sure it looks good. And the base is sunk. You can't see the base. All you see is the rubble in the tank. I think it looks pretty cool.
We gotta
The
expand
bushes have got the floor mat cover, and it's still, you can interact with it. I think that's cool. So an unsuspecting player would walk up and think that's part of the surroundings, and they see where they can click on it and go, oh wow. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, it's
Why am I out here building this shit?
because you love the game. And yeah, the Symptomatic, I got it sunk too. I got all kinds of, like the stash box, the car, I got it sunk because it looks cool. It's not on blocks. It just looks like an old abandoned car. I thought that looked cool. And now this is really cool. Inside here, I have the entrance to my fallout shelter sunk down into the ground. And it just kind of looks like it's part of that inside here. I think that really looks cool. The mailbox, I sunk it into the post, and then I sunk the post into the ground using the mat. So that looks cool. There's just so many different things you can do. I'm still goofing around with different things and different ideas. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you all this real quick. Another thing, yes, the Symptomatic works. In fact, you can sink this down to where you can get underneath the map a lot of builders are starting to use the symptomatic, because you can sink it down where it's just a circle on the ground. There you can see the mat. But it's just cool that you can do this. I hope Bethesda doesn't fix this, whatever they want to call it, because there's so many things that you have to glitch to really get into building. This is one I hope they just kind of leave it alone, because it does make everything look more natural, like it belongs there, like it's been sitting there for 100 years. But anyhow, that in a nutshell is
I
it.
think they can come in
Appreciate
here
y'all
and
watching.
build on our territory.
Yeah, that's right.
I will tear it all down.
No, you ain't gonna tear it down. I'll tear it down if I want to. Anyhow, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you like this video. If you do, great. Subscribe. I'll be making more. Anyhow, God bless y'all. See you on the next one.